I want y'all to understand something. This is how women lie and just make things up. When she says you're young and it takes women into their mid 30s or early 40s, this woman is 42.
Tell us the truth.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It was a cool reference at first, but when she got into the parameters of it, she trying to really, really compare obeying your father to obeying your man. And it got kind of weird for a minute there. But I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. Every woman can talk this way. These are the words that men want to hear. Like she's a panderer who wants to sell these ideas to men to let men know, yes, I understand where you're coming from. I know what you need. But here's the real deal. She's a woman who thinks she's figured this out. But I'm going to tell you, by the time you 40 some years old, if you haven't implemented it into your life yet, you don't know. I don't look at people who haven't accomplished a thing and say, yeah, they know because they made all the mistakes. No, you never run out of shit you're not supposed to do. So just because you figured out 50 things, that doesn't mean there are not 50 other things you can mess up. The people you look at are the people who have had success or who have had few to no failures at something. If all you could tell me is all the lessons you learned from failing, then that's a different experience right there. Of course, we can learn from our failures. We can learn from the things that we don't succeed at. Those are lessons. We all learn lessons. But at this age, still with no kids, still with no man, and I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Who in their right mind, man, is looking at Cheyenne Bryant at finna be 43 years old, talking about I want to have my first kid with you? Y'all put a 1 in the chat if you want to have your first kid with a 43-year-old woman. Anybody. Put a 1 in the chat if you cool with having your first kid with a 43-year-old woman. Man, put a 1 in the chat if you cool with having your third kid, your second kid, your fifth kid, your 10th kid with a 43-year-old woman. Late 30s, late 36, 37, at the really 30, honestly, bro, unless you and this woman have a lifelong history, and this is just something y'all decide to do, but who are you going, and that's rare. Which one of you wants to meet a 43-year-old woman, get to know her, and then maybe around 45, you're going to put your first kid in her? Come on, man.
I know your man sit in the car for about 40 minutes before he come in. Look at you. You out here just starting shit with me. Cause your man ain't doing what you want him to do in the house. He don't want to do what you do in the house because y'all emasculate him. Y'all emasculate the men and then want them to be the men. Show him some affection. Show him some appreciation. Show him that you love him and that you appreciate what he do. And then he gonna feel he's gonna want to do the things that he has to do because he's appreciated. Y'all talk down to men. Y'all treat them like shit. And y'all think that they're fucking robots. They humans and they go through a whole fucking lot. Especially a man that is a provider. That man gonna go through a whole lot in the day to come in the house to your ass nagging and talking shit. And I know you be nagging and talking shit because you don't hear talking shit to me. Talk about I'm taking up for me. And I ain't even said shit. But that most of the time when men don't like being home is because they don't like the woman. And look at you. I don't know. They don't like.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. When you hear Cheyenne Bryant talk, it's always about what the man doesn't do. And then every now and then she'll throw something in there. Now, woman, you got to do this too. Here's what I'm going to tell y'all. When she say that's what the fatherless girl thinks, she the one didn't have her dad. Keke Palmer had her dad. She said her daddy told her, as long as a man do this, blah, 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 don't worry about if he got no money. So she's saying that the fatherless woman says that when we just heard the woman who was raised by her father say that. As she was quoting something her father told her. You see what I mean? So when you hear a fatherless woman say that something comes from fatherless women, bro, let me tell you something, man. It don't even make sense, bro. It don't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. And I'm just going to keep it a buck with y'all. This is why she has no man, no children, no prospects for a man. You'll never even see her booed up with nobody. Let me tell you something. These desperate women out here, dog, they going to be booed. You let them get a man, they're going to be booed up with him. Look at all of them. Look at all the celebrities. Look at all the women who be online. When they get a man, dog, they be booed up. You know what I'm saying? They may not be together long, but while they together, man, they be booed up, dog. You know what? Because they want to let the world know, aha, I told you I could be who I want to be and still get a man. Aha, I told you I could be in my 40s and get a young basketball player. Aha, I told you I could talk all this crazy talk I want to and still get a husband. Aha, they gonna show it, dog. Because this is what they talk about. Do you think if Cheyenne Bryant had a man, dog, we wouldn't know about it? Do you think if this woman had any prospects for her husband, if anybody was even willing to propose to her, we wouldn't know about it? We gonna know about it, dog, because no man is interested in a woman who talks like this while she looks like this as if she is a prize. When in all actuality, what this is you've heard of soft porn. This is like soft bitterness. This is a woman who is bitter because of her failed relationships, but she's turned that bitterness into a way to manipulate the minds of men and those who are willing to listen to this nonsense. But her energy is an energy of pain. Her energy is an energy of anger. Her energy is not soft at all. Even Melissa Ford has softer energy than she does. Why? Because at least Melissa Ford has been treated like a model throughout her life. Melissa Ford was bad during her younger years. Now, I seen some younger pictures of Cheyenne Bryant. She wasn't ugly. She wasn't bad looking, but Melissa Ford was bad in her younger years. She got that come to the yacht. She got that, here's a credit card, go spend it. She got that, well, we ain't gonna be together no more, but here go 50,000, here go 50 bands, here go 100 bands, do something nice for yourself, nice parting gift for you. She had that kind of beauty when she was younger. But let's get back into it. Ever promised a woman that you were gonna do this or do that for her? Put a one in the chat if you promised a woman, I'm going to do this for you, baby, and I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to make sure you have this, and don't worry about it, baby, I got you. One of these days, I'm going to make sure your life, man, I don't know where in the hell she getting this from. Ain't nobody doing that. You ain't got to. You ain't got to. These women today, if they like you, man, they going to drop their drawers, dog. Because she doesn't know it. Or she knows it, but she won't show it, because this will blow everything out of the water that she's saying. When you work hard, and I'm telling all my young brothers this right now, when you work hard to become who you are, and I mean, you put in the work and you finally get to the life that you've been wanting to live, the life that you dreamt of, the life that you feel like was your destiny, you're fulfilling your purpose. At what point do you look at a woman and say, okay, now I'm ready for you. Now I'm good enough for you. At what point do you do that? If you didn't want me then, what are we talking about right now? What are we doing right now? You lost your mind. You have literally lost your mind. What are we doing right now? If we're not talking about some real talk, if we're not talking about how you're going to contribute now, you don't get to wait until I get where I'm supposed to be and then just come on board and then use up what I built. No, you need to be telling me what you're going to contribute to the continuance of this bill. Because guess what? Now that I've gotten here, one thing that we both know is I don't need you. I don't need you to build what I built. I've already built it. So a woman wants to wait until you get everything together and then come on board. Man, don't you understand what kind of foolishness that is? You don't know what that woman, well, you know what her motive is, but you're going to be too blind to see it. Her motive is to get you now that you've got it. And it just don't make sense for guys to be getting caught up in that, man. Man, these women don't even hide it no more. They tell you that they want a man who can provide and protect. Well, here's the thing. Why would I provide and protect you when you're not worth providing and protecting for? You don't contribute anything. You don't bring any benefit. You don't bring anything, not to the table, but to my table. This is my table. How do I have the table and then you ain't supposed to bring that to it? I heard some old sucker to my dad ain't a potluck. Yes, hell, it is a potluck. I didn't set this table up for you. I set this table up for me. This is my table. I didn't go into my life and say, okay, I'm going to set up my table so I can get the right woman. Man, I didn't say that shit. I set up my table because I want a table. I like tables. I like them big oak table with the big bare legs on it, with the bear claws on the bottom. The one where you take that centerpiece out. You put the centerpiece in, you can feed 12 people. You take the centerpiece out, you can feed 8. That's the kind of table I want. I want the feast. I want the thing where I'm so far at the end of the table, you can't pass me now. You can't even throw it. We got to pass it down by 6 people. That's what I'm talking about. Why would I build that table and then say, okay, now I'm good enough for you? I was good enough for you before I started building the table. Now guess what? I'm too good for your ass. You know what I need now that I built this table? A woman who can say, hey, I want to be the first one at your table, and you could be the first one at my feast. That's what I want to say. If you the first one at my table, I need to be the first one at your feast.